I guess both with Altar first, no Tavern Hero Madness or anything like that. So what are you expecting? Expansion?
I expect a lot of Warden coming to the human player's face, and this is usually something that I don't like to see all that much as a human player myself. But from an observer kind of point and commentary stuff, Warden is always delicious, because there's so much stuff that this hero delivers, like the Fan of Knives 20 corpse out of the ground in 1 second, to like the Shadow Strike on your first hero, just letting him melt. It's not funny as a human player, but it's just what happens sometimes.
Yeah, so we'll see. He starts with Ancient of War creep at the lab, so no natural immediately at least or anything like that. Not Lolite style creeping. And this still leaves the possibility for Demon Hunter open. We'll see.
Yeah, and probably they can also trick each other, because we have talked about it. I think Check and Sok also meet each other again, like in that East quite a lot, and we're gonna have an Archmage for Sok, and there can probably be blind counters. If you know, last 10 games you played like Mountain King against me, I should probably open up with a Demon Hunter, because this is way better. Then you can blind counter here, and everything comes into the mix, because they are both South Korean, they're kind of familiar with each other, they meet on a regular basis when they play the Indra Cup, when they play NetEase, as I said it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a Warden against Archmage coming here in this game.
So how well are you faring when you play Mountain King against Warden if they do tier 1 all-in against your expansion?
Yeah, not at all. You just fall for it and you have no chance against that shred. But whenever I cast the game and I said that, okay, he just overcommits on 2 Ancient of War and will probably eat him, then I see Infi with Mountain King all of a sudden winning the game. It makes no sense. Like, for some reason they can make it work, but whenever I'm in that position, I don't see any differences, but I just fall for it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's a extremely powerful strat, and it's I think if I face with a Warden, if I face a Mountain King, then I'll just say screw it and I'll just all in him, and it works often enough. And second Ancient of War is coming, in front of the Merc camp.
Yeah.
For check.
Claws of Attack as a first item, definitely a good one. Plus 6 damage on the Warden. Whenever she gets a few hits off on your Archmage, that can add up. And we're gonna have the Gauntlets of Ogathrend, so a little bit more of extra HP. The second Ancient of War is only for the sole purpose of being able to creep that camp without taking too much damage, opening up that mercenary camp so that you can hire them and get like additional forces to your army. We don't see a Huntress Hall going down anywhere, so probably not going into Huntress all-in kind of productions. And this is also something that I sometimes see, like people are not willing to commit to a strategy that might... Like, it's somewhat all-in-ish if you commit with, like, Huntresses against the Mountain King, but at some point I think, like, it's, like, totally worth taking the risk, but some might have just not... They don't like it, they want to play it rather safe, tech to tier 2, get the Warden to level 3, be aggressive in your face, fall back into an expansion, and then all of a sudden they will be punished really hard. But we're gonna see a slight variation coming out of Sok. He's not going for the mercenary camp that he would usually like to see against the Warden, because he will need the Priest to heal up your first hero, the Archmage. He goes for the expansion right after creeping the Laboratory, and that can be very good, because you can see the Night Elf in the meantime has to creep the mercenary now, because he's committed to it. And if he's not doing that, he has a huge traveling distance to make it to that place.
Yeah, but afterwards he's gonna have level 3 against level 2 probably, unless Sok gets some really quick creeping in after the expansion. And yeah, it's, he's still fragile to some level 3 Warden harassment afterwards.
Wow, Skull of the Beast. Sok is a really lucky guy. He should definitely play the lottery, because if this is a big mana potion, you are in so much trouble. But we already see that what I just mentioned, nobody really likes to commit to a strat, nobody really likes to do something all-in-ish nowadays, and this is where he sets up a Tree of Life on the top right-hand side of the map, while the human player is taking the bottom left side there, the bottom left expansion, the green one. Still no level 3 for the Archmage, struggling to find a little bit more of experience. He misses 2 XP, he needs to kill one of these apprentices, and then he will get that level 3 for the Archmage. That will be really, really good. He sends out one of the footmen to scout and probably check on whatever is going on here for a check. Is he going to commit to Huntresses? He didn't see any kind of production going on, he didn't see the tech yet, because there's no farm in the main base. And yeah. So far so good, the aggression is coming the way of the human player.
Yeah, and in the meantime the tech of Check has been really late, and he's gonna have to make something work right now. Expansion is coming, let's see what he's skilled here. It looks like Fan of Knives as he's approaching the peasants. Yeah, Fan of Knives it is.
And I would really see like a few more animations for the different stages of the tech. Like, let's see, you just spot that tree and you know, okay, he just teched like really late. This would give you a huge tell and still require some like, what do you want to call it? Like some skill to actually realize that this is going on. Another Fan of Knife hits a lot of workers, one remains, but he will probably go for that one and kill it as well with the Boots of Speed, easily finishing that one off. All the workers are gone. We have one footman at the laboratory right now, chasing a Wisp down so that he cannot hire that Shredder. And as speaking of the Shredder, there it is for the Night Elf.
Yeah, and the peasants are soon to continue building the expansion. What you were saying about the tech state, I mean, you just need to know where the arms of the tree are, at which point of the tech, and then you can read it.
Yeah, but sometimes it messes up, because at some point the arms will go down and you don't know if he started or if he's about to finish.
Ah, okay, I see, yeah, makes sense.
Like, at this point, he could have been done teching, because it's like now 5 moons. At 5 moons, you are usually done, sometimes even at 4 moons. So you don't know, like, I know that the arms are going up throughout like 60, 50, 60%, but now the arms are going down again, so you don't know, is it started or is it about to be done? It's kind of hard
you have
to tell.
to have to take a look in which direction the arms are moving.
Maybe that might be the thing, so maybe I wasn't paying attention all that much.
Okay, let's maybe pay attention to more important factors of the game.
It's really important. This is like the in-depth knowledge of Warcraft. But while this is all going on, this discussion, we have Sok being aggressive, trying to cancel the Engine of War, and the Night Elf player setting up his own. But this gets spotted by an illusion. I don't think that he scouted that Tree of Life eating that tree there, but he scouted that creeping, so he might assume that there's a tree close by.
Yeah, but is he gonna be able to do anything about it? He's totally on the wrong side of the map, and even if he tried to cancel the... okay, the Tree of Life is quite far away still from the expansion. But it looks like he doesn't even want to go for it. Now he definitely sees everything with the illusion.
But I also don't know why he's not teching yet. Like, he got the Shredder, but he, on top of the Shredder, which costs you like 100 lumber, he got like 300 more lumber to spend, and he's still not teching. Like, no tech is coming in for the human player. He gets like more workers at the expansion, at the main base, playing it super safe. Usually you want to have that fast tech here to go into that tier 2 and be aggressive again, because now you are kind of forced on the back. We see that the priest will try to dispel the water elemental. Warden so close to level 4, finishing that water elemental. Now level 4, all the footmen super low from the Fan of Knives hitting him, so that the human player cannot really take the army here. He cannot really take the footmen's out on the field against the archer and mercenaries.
And he's even bringing his Shredder to the bottom together with one militia and the footman. Like, he's got no damage output. He's got the few footmen, of course, but they die in like a second. And he desperately needs to defend this somehow. And I think that's already trouble for the human.
That's a lot of trouble here. He should have gotten like a few more towers. If you're not attacking, you can definitely afford that one. And now this is the plan to evacuate. Everything gets pulled out.
You think he's gonna go down again with militia, or is he just gonna give it up?
He will call all the militias that he just got, and then he will go down again. But this costs him like so. No,
or to the right-hand side,
and will be on the aggressive, taking the expansion of his opponent probably.
Yeah, that's an interesting approach. The Warden's out of mana. There's plenty of Moon Juice though in the shop, and first Dryad is coming, Abolish Magic is coming, and this is a very slow push with those towers in the back.
This is absolutely not going to work at all. There's no mana on the Warden. That is, of course, always good if you are a human player that wants to be aggressive with a lot of militias and stuff. But
oh my god, there was a Zapper at the top Goblin Merchant that just died to creeps.
You mean like he died like at the Goblin Merchant because the creeps were too close?
Yeah, he bought it at the lab and went towards the expansion with it, and the creeps
that's a huge blow.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah, Zapper and then kill the tree and then get the hell out of there probably.
But look, the Warden is going for the main base. Will heal up, not even use the Town Hall, I guess, or maybe I'm not sure. He buys the Clarity Potion, uses one of the Moonwells. He's going into tier 3 and now he uses the Town Hall with the Mana Potion that he just bought. The tree is about to die, but we're gonna see like infinite numbers of Fan of Knives. That tree is about to die. There is no Town Hall to evacuate the workers again. And he is already 4 1/3. He's going for the Archmage now with that potion that he got. Staff of Teleportation can be used to save him, but the rest cannot be saved at this point. There's still one more Fan of Knives that he can use. The army is streaming in as well. A few towers are set up, but they will not be there in time to deal with this. We have another Water Elemental coming from the other side because he only stuffed to the tower there. Is he going to use another Fan of Knives to kill a bunch of these workers? Or is Emo Fan, aka Sok, able to set that Expo up into play with all the towers that he's constructing? What a crazy game this turned out to be.
Yeah, and he still has so much mana on his priest. Now he's using the Dispel against the Water Metal, which gives him the level 5. I was waiting for that. Almost has the mana for another Fan of Knives. The towers, yeah, they're slowly upgrading. And if he lets them come up, then maybe there's still a shot for...
The Fan of Knife level 3 now,
wow.
taking a few more losses here for the human player. And in the meantime, he's not killing all that much. The Dryad, the Priest standing strong, and that Ward, look at the experience bar going closer and closer to level 6 already. Even if the towers go up, look at the amount of corpse that he can use for that Avatar of Vengeance if he make it to level 6. Or if he loses his hero, like some other Korean guys like to lose their first heroes.
Yeah, but the problem for Sok is, even if he gets this up in the few towers, I mean, look at the follow-up. Tier 3 is finished, Master is being researched, and he's got like 20 supply. He's got nothing.
Yeah, Sok is crazy. I don't know what he was thinking when he was going for that expo with the towers. And now there's only one guard tower that actually protects the expansion. The other ones are all out of position if you commit to the expansion. And also the Archmage without anything equipped on him. Warden so close to level 6. I think like getting rid of a water elemental as well as a tower should be opening up that level 6 on that first hero of the Night Elf player. There's the Fan of Knife hitting that one. Expansion is cancelled. We don't have the oh, actually he got the teleportation staff, but this is not in time. He will die in the main base or wherever he's staffed to. It's goodbye to the Archmage.
Yeah, there he goes down on the bridge and GG.
GG!